Alright, so I'm on my solo 6 out of 6 hard mode Vorago arc right now, and here's the video of my 5th successfully completed week, Vitalis. This week was unbelievably difficult, and this was only my 3rd time making phase 11 where I finally got the kill. I only have green bomb left to go, and I would be shocked if that's as difficult as Vitalis week was. There are no vit caps this week, so you are constantly dealing with vits throughout phases 10 and 11. If they ever block you or cause Vorago to lose line of sight on your player, you'll sometimes almost arbitrarily lose 2 or 3 tiles, even if you're under barricade. I had one phase 10 attempt that I lost within the first 10 seconds of dropping down. Vits blocked Vorago, making him lose line of sight on me. I was also targeting Vorago, so I lost line of sight on him. My Threads of Fate did nothing, cleared no vits, and I got pushed back to the insta-kill spot seemingly before I could even blink. It really is just a brutal week this week, and I am hugely relieved to be done. Phases 1 through 8 this week are more or less identical to my team split video, so I won't narrate over those again. Instead, I'll let the video play out, and I'll leave timestamps in the description for when I start commentary again. Phase 9 is a little bit tricky. You will ideally want to get a target cycle soul sap on the phase dropdown. You're going to want to get as many souls as possible before the Vid Orb gets launched. When the Vid Orb does get launched, you'll want to place down a couple of Dominion Mines, use Invoke Death, Threads of Fate, and then Volley of Souls to clear as many Vits as you can. You'll probably get your first bleed here, so Freedom, and then you'll still have time on your Threads of Fate to get a new target and then use your weapon spec. There can be some issues here with the Vits blocking you, so make sure you have your Numbing Roots handy to clear any bleeds. Phase 10. Make sure that you pre-disrupted in P9 during the waterfall. The special attacks are going to be Vitalis Orb and then Purple Bomb. Starting the phase, I want to use Death Skulls, Soul Sap, and then Tier 95 spec to get an initial bit of push on Vorago. The Vid Orb is going to get launched right away, so I also want to use Death Mark and Threads of Fate, and then use my Tier 90 weapon spec to clear the first set of Vits. Afterwards, I'll aim to build back to full Adrenaline. You could use your Hydrix Gricko here if you needed, but it's ideal that you get back to full Adrenaline, that way you can use Living Death during Reflect. Try and do your best damage during Purple Bomb, as this will be your best window to get push on Vorago. I'll share a few things that helped my kill in the end, then I'll reiterate the core principles of completing Phase 10. Using Hydrix Karoming Gricko was tremendously helpful, not only for Adrenaline if I needed to use Bloat or quickly get back to 100% for a Living Death or Barricade, but it also has a great chance at activating the Fool Book, which is extremely helpful. Using Zero Tick Soulfire spec on Purple Bomb also added a lot of damage and really helped me push Vorago. Using Bloat as much as possible was also a really great ability this week. It never gets cleared by any of the mechanics, so it'll run for the full duration, making it extremely strong. Especially when you're turning your attention away from Vorago to clear Vits, sometimes that Bloat might be the difference between you gaining a tile or losing a tile. So those three tricks really helped. Hydrix Gricko to proc Full Book, Zero Tick Soulfire, and Bloat often. The core principles of this phase are to start with Skulls in Tier 95, then use Threads to clear the Vits, aim to ult during Reflects, and you can even barricade near the end of Purple Bombs to help clear Vits without losing too much ground. The most ideal maul time would be during Reflect, but that's really difficult to achieve. You'd have to have Vorago in maul spot and be barricaded beforehand. The most realistic maul timing is during Purple Bomb launch. That's when I managed to get all of my successful P10 mauls, and that'll give you up to 5 autos before the first Vid Orb / the first Red Bomb. I got a Red Bomb as my first spec in P11 since I didn't make a lot of push, and honestly getting a Red Bomb first instead of a Vid Orb was probably a good thing. Phase 11. The special attacks are Vitalis Orb and Bleeds. It is tremendously important to have a good maul timing that gives you a chance to push Vorago before Bleeds. If you do not push Vorago enough, you won't be able to clear Bleeds at all, and that'll essentially be an insta-kill. It's critical that you get enough room to use Escape to clear at least one of the Bleeds. You can use Freedom and a Numbing Root to clear the other two. After Bleeds, you'll have a Vit Orb, so remember to use Invoke Death and Threads of Fate to clear those Vits as soon as possible. Try and stack bombs during Reflect, and try to Living Death during Reflect as well. During Bleeds is your best chance to get push against Vorago. The same tips from Phase 10 apply to Phase 11. Zero Tick Soulfire is huge for getting push, Hydrix Gricko is amazing for Adren and proccing Full Book, and Bloat will be one of your best friends this week. So this week was absolutely brutal, and I really am stoked to have it completed. I had a really big reaction that I'm going to upload after I finish 6 out of 6. I'm planning to make a much shorter video with just my reactions to each successful maul, but for now that's 5 out of 6 solo hard mode, and I'm hopeful that this was the hardest week of the 6. So now it's time for me to bring it home with Green Bomb Week. Thanks for watching, I hope there was some useful information in this video, and I wish you good luck on your solo hard mode Vitalis grind. See you soon.